This is Phil. By day, Phil is a sensible, mature businessman. But by night, he transforms into a highway terror, a phantom of the blacktop, a night stalker relentlessly hunting down his prey.
You write this bollocks, Chris. Shut up and get on with it.
Sorry. The real story is that Phil and I have been friends, bandmates and business partners for a long time, and when he told me that he was swapping his company BMW, which was a bit boring, for something a lot quicker, I wasn't really surprised because Phil has always liked his cars. What I didn't realise though was that he actually had over 500 horsepower in mind.
Which was nice. It's scary. It's scary. You can feel the back end snaking around, can't you?
A little bit, yeah. There's a bit of mud on the road. It does put a smile on your face though, doesn't
It does. It's a mixture of pleasure and extreme terror.
it? Perfect combination, I think you'll find. Oh, we've got to slow down to 30 now. Trouble, I caught up with the car in front way too quick.
Yes. We're just quickly accelerating up to 30 miles per hour, officer. Squashes you back in your seat and you can't sit up, you can't sit forward or move your head forward. Flipping heck.
And when you're driving you don't notice it quite so much. Yeah, I think the pickup time on the spooling time, whatever they call it, I think it's quicker after the remap.
Right. Because they'll be bringing in the power lower down the rev range.
Yes.
Which
yes.
is accomplished by more petrol, Phil. More petrol.
More petrol. I think it's sad that the era of petrol is coming to an end.
Well, you and me both, mate. I think
what a lot of people don't realise is that the combustion engine was actually around for way longer than most people think, in fact.
Yeah, 1890s, I think, wasn't it?
Well, it was around before the extinction of the dinosaurs over 65 years ago.
Was it? I did not know that, Phil.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Oh look what they're doing to this car park.
Oh, my favourite car park. They're digging it up. No.
Occupying an awful lot of it.
That might have just...
That's typical, isn't it?
That might have just stuffed my plans.
Alright, what's your plans?
Well, my plan was to find a spot away from everybody else so that I can...
That you can walk around the car and...
do some flimming, you know.
Filming, you mean?
Yeah, that's the word.
I got you.
See, there's lots of people with baseball caps and walking poles who think somehow that they need walking poles on flat as a pancake,
well,
Budley Salterton Beach.
I've always been curious about these walking poles that people walk with. But it actually exercises your arms apparently at the same time as you're walking.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, it's not for making walking easier apparently.
Right, so it's actually to make it harder.
To make it harder, yeah.
Yeah. That's a brilliant idea, isn't it?
It's great, yeah, like walking's not hard enough already.
It'd be like making trainers with like suction cups on the bottom, so that it's really hard to get your feet off the ground.
Yeah, or lead weights.
Or lead weights, yeah.
Anyway, it's time for me to have a cigarette break. I've worked hard this morning, I think you'll agree.
I think you'll find that also on your point, Phil, that suction cups are more environmentally friendly than lead.
Well, I can't really argue with that. Although I'll try.
Go on then. Right. Well,
lead's not really harmful to the environment, is it?
No. Well, it depends if it's in the environment. What are we talking about this for?
I don't know.
That's enough. That's enough nonsense now.
I'm not very professional at it, as you can see. Some people say you should put the jam on first. And
Look, cream. You've got cream in the jam now, Phil.
I know.
What are you doing? What do you think? It's very.
Do you know what, Chris? I just don't care.
The word that comes to mind is amateurish.
A lot of other words come to mind as well.
It's a nice day to be by the seaside, isn't it?
Well, not really.
No? Okay.
Hairdressers or a flight attendant's car, but this is the RS. It's a different animal altogether. Yeah, this has 5 cylinders, turbo, 2.5 litre engine.
Well, and it's designed as a fast car from the ground up, isn't it? This one. It's got bigger brakes. Presumably it's got more focus suspension and all that
From the
stuff.
ground up, that's a good way of putting it, because they struggle doing it ground down, wouldn't they?
They would, yeah, that's a good point, Phil. So we started on the sarcasm early. It's only been 10 minutes.
Well, you know me.
Yes, that's one of the problems.
Yeah, I'm surprised you have me on video at all. Both your viewers will abandon you now.
Well, we'll see. They might even like it, Phil. You never know.
You never know.
But what you have to remember is that all of the new viewers on the Classic Nut channel have no idea what cheesy depths I'm willing to sink to yet, so you know, they're blissfully unaware of what awaits if they carry on subscribing to my channel.
That's very true. Very eloquently put, if I might say.
Thank you. I don't have to cut that bit out, of course, because I don't want to pre-warn anybody.
No. Yeah, so sports gear mode keeps it in higher revs, so the power's available whenever you want it.
Power
Is what we like. It's got quite a lot of horsepowers, this car.
How many horsepowers has it actually got?
Close to 500 now.
That'll do nicely, sir.
Yeah, for a little car like this, it's overwhelming.
Do you know, I haven't looked it up yet, but what does the RS actually weigh? What's its sort of on the road weight? Obviously without a fat person like yourself in it.
Well, without me in it, the curb weight, I think they call it, is, I think, just over 1,500 kilograms.
Right.
So it's heavier than you might imagine.
So it's not actually that much lighter than my car then?
Probably not.
Because mine's 1550 or thereabouts, I think.
But this is a 2013 model. The 2016 model has an aluminium engine block, so it makes it lighter at the front.
Right. So it's even so. I mean, it's the power to weight ratio is going to be, what's that going to be then? That's going to be about,
I don't know.
it's about 300 horsepower per ton, which is pretty good.
It's all right, isn't it?
That's like more than a Porsche 911 Turbo, and in fact probably more than something like a Murcielago. I don't know. I'll have to look up some comparables, Phil, and let you know.
Yeah, you can put them in after we've finished.
After you finish scaring me. This is Phil, who's attempting to pass his driving test. So before we go any further, I hope you're enjoying the Classic Nut channel so far. If so, please hit the like button and also consider subscribing, as it really does help me to grow. Also, if you happen to like Alfas, there's a link to my Alfa Nut channel in the description below. So then, the Audi TT is a clever and classic design which has been around since 1998, and it's constantly evolved over the years. The RS variant was a completely different animal, however, with 335 bhp, four-wheel drive, a brilliant 7-speed S-tronic gearbox, and excellent brakes. Even in standard trim, the RS is very quick. Phil's 2013 car, shown here, posted a 0 to 60 time of just 4.3 seconds. However, that time has now fallen to just over 3 seconds after being upgraded by UK Audi tuners REVO. This included, amongst other things, a Stage 3 software remap, larger intercooler and an upgraded monster brake kit. Phil's car now boasts a stonking 493 bhp and 465 pounds of torque. The REVO upgrades aren't cheap, but having seen them, I can say that they are very high quality, and Phil's car has been used as a daily driver for the last 4 years with no issues. So if you fancy getting your hands on an RS, they start from about 12,000 quid for a used one, although bear in mind any high performance car such as these are complicated and expensive to fix. It's also extremely likely that they will have been driven hard, so I'd recommend you inspect any candidates very carefully before parting with your hard-earned cash. Find a good one though, and it's hard to think of another car with such a great combination of stability, power and practicality. The problem with power though, is once you've got it, you always want more.
Shut up and get on with it.